Hello everybody. So I got a comment left on my Gus and axe handle video and is left by probably a really good person and with some really good points and whatnot as far as general overall theology of horse training. I'm not even going to address the parts that I think were dumb or and not I'm not going to even go into all that because it's probably a really good person. Probably does a really good job with a lot of horses. Instead, I'm going to talk about, you meet different people. Different people have theologies. Some people have the theology of whoop, beat, and holler. Some people have the theology of treats only, positive reinforcement only. Here's the thing: a portion of the horse population, the whoop, beat, and holler guys, do have success in, like it or not. The treat only people, like it or not, there's a portion of horses they have some really good success with. So let's stop looking at the humans, they have the humans, whatever, because the humans don't freaking matter. You don't matter, I don't matter, your theology doesn't matter, my theology doesn't matter. What matters is the horse. So let's look at her horses. Her horses, let's say you got 15 horses, average bred down American horse, quarter horses, let's say, average horses. You got her 15 horses out there. You have a dominant mare, and you have a dominant stud. That's the way it's going to work. And then you have the more mild and weaker ones and more pliable ones towards the bottom. The ones towards the bottom, that positive only, the round pin and positive only people, well, I shouldn't, no, cut the round pin. The positive only people and the round pin people, that's two different groups, really. So my bad. So the positive only people and treats only people actually has pretty good success with the lower chunk, the mid to lower chunk horses. They actually can have some pretty good success, really, a lot of times. Really good success with a chunk of horses. The horses they jack up like all the time is the dominant stud and the dominant female, the hard horses. The horses that if they were humans, they'd be Navy SEALs. The ones that volunteer for war constantly, or the ones that, would go ape shit if they're in an office all the time, or the ones that love going into a ring, whether they get win or not, and love getting their face get pounded on, and they just love the opportunity to fight. They just love it. Those horses, the positive only people, and that is they are genetically made up that way, guys. They're not all made the same, just like people aren't. The treat only people screw up. If you think about it, that's a fairly large portion. If you got 2 horses out of 15 horses, that's over 20. That's over 10% the population. I mean, that's a lot of horses you're jacking up there, and probably more than that, quite frankly. I found like once you get to know people and you talk to them and you get to know them and whatnot, you start realizing, no one talks about horses that they screwed up. The whoop and beat and holler people, they just kind of leave those stories out, all the series of horses that they jacked up. So do the treat people. But both sides can be pretty dishonest. So the vast majority of horses I start that or work with that have never been messed up, take Boom there. Never have had to get rough that horse. I could train 7 or 8 Booms for the amount of time I got into Gus. Gus has an ungodly amount of time in him, an ungodly amount of repetition into him. And this person said, you should have gone to the problem area and work with him in the problem area before taking accidental to him. You should not take accidental to him. But one, if Gus did not get a correction right then, Gus would have been one dangerous son of a. Gus, you could not ever trust Gus the same way that I can trust Gus now. If he did not get a correction right then for that, trust me. And the second thing is, the problem area would be everywhere. The problem area is by the water barrel, and the pasture, and the hay ring, and the trailer, in the woods, on the driver's side, because Gus is an asshole. I love him. He's a great horse. He's a great workhorse. Go back and through and look at my videos and tell me that horse is screwed up. That horse is not screwed up. That horse is not messed up. That horse is an asshole. Straight up. He's just born. God, that's who God allowed him to be. He's an asshole. And I love him. And I got a lot of time into him. I got a lot of repetition, 7 days a week, rain or shine. twice a day, feeding him 7 days a week, year in and year out. I got a lot of time to that dude. I've proven that I care about him, and I've proven that you can see it by the way he acts and by the way he works and everything that I've made some good calls with him. He isn't messed up, and you know by the end result, guys. Now, the beat only people might say, well, you should be on Boom, and then the treat only people are going to say, well, you should not hit Gus. Well, no, it was the correct thing. Me not whooping Boom was the correct thing, and Gus getting a good firm spanking for attacking me was the right thing. They're not the same horse. They're 3/4 kin, born 5 days apart, gone through life, experiencing the same things, same places, same training, except a lot more has gone to Gus. They're not the same horse. So the same training techniques do not apply. So I hope that helps somebody. I would love it. I would love it if everywhere I went, my horses were the least well-trained horses and the least well-handled horses, because then I could learn off of everybody else that's better than me. I can make my horses better. I would love that. I would love it. You know, I used to train a lot of horses that are jacked up by people, and I can't go around fixing all the horses people are jacking up. And it's, you know, and some horses are deprived of oxygen, or something went wrong, or line bred to death. Some horses are just screwed up. But there's a lot of horses out there jacked up that go to dog food that are really good horses that just have really bad owners. And I include the whip, beat, and holler people. I put them in the same category as I do the treat only people a lot of times, quite frankly. So you don't matter, your theology doesn't matter, that horse matters, you know? So I hope that helps somebody. Y'all take care.